Well, hi everyone, it's Bob from Grey Bear Bodies. Welcome back to the channel. Um, right, so catch up. Um, I did a catch up with the view to I was going to do some probably make a start on the stalwart, but I haven't because I'm still trying to get the buses done and the figures done. Although I have got some progress on the buffalo, so we'll have a look at that. Also wanted to go through a number of books that I've been reading, um, and the reason I'm doing that, my old mate Al Wood over there, hold up, he recommended this book to me, and it's just turned up this morning. Um, and I was shooting some video on the books that I read, but yeah, I'm gonna thanks Al, appreciate it. I'll make a start on this. Apparently, these are pretty good books if you like a little bit of fantasy and all that sort of thing. I've sort of got halfway through this, the story of the 79th Armoured Division. As you will have seen from the models that I've been building, I've been sort of hooked on this particular Armoured Division, and this is all the sort of funnies and things that were built for D-Day, and that's the story of the Armoured Division. I think this book, bring it back, this book was actually published in 1945, so it was written at the time when all of the incidents and things were fresh in people's minds. So that's an interesting one. The other book that I picked up was the Eighth Army. This is a battered book. I got this off eBay. It was in a job lot, and this was actually first published in 1944, and it's a description of the Desert War, the Desert Campaign, to be honest, and the Eighth Army. Another book that I picked up was this. I've been after this book for a long time. Jeffrey Futter, great moniker, and these are the funnies of the 79th Armoured Division. This book is in shocking condition. However, for the price I paid for it, I'm quite happy with it because the information is there. It can be read, and the diagrams are there, and they can be used as well for reference. And it goes through all the different types of sort of funnies that they had, and yeah, really interesting. Like I say, I've been trying to get hold of this book. It sells, if you can get one of these in a mint condition, it sells for absolutely stupid money. I mean, you're talking three figures, and given what it is, yeah, I mean, this has got a price on it of $3.25. It wasn't $3.25 when I got it. As I say, it was in a job lot, and to be honest, I would have quite happily paid 25 quid for it, 25-30 quid for it. The other book that I've been reading, I've been flitting between books, to be honest. This is a recent acquisition. This was I don't know when this was actually first published. When does it say? 2023. This is by Pen and Sword. The ISBN number is there, and this goes through the whole Dam Busters raid, but it goes from the point of how things were developed and all of that sort of thing, and then it goes pretty much how the actual mission went, and it's got some great photos in it. So yeah, that's an interesting read that I've been doing. I've got this, I haven't read this yet. This was recently published by the Tank Museum down at Bovington. I ordered it while I was down there, because they were saying it was coming out, and I was going to build a Sherman, a flail tank, and I wanted this, and this is all based on the information that they've got in the Tank Museum and pictures and stuff, and yeah, really interesting book. A bit reluctant to go down the M4 Sherman route, because it's, anyone who knows Shermans knows that it's an absolute myriad of different versions and types and stuff. And I don't really want to go down that route, but I thought I'd better have one of the books in the stash. So that's what I've been reading. So yeah, very, very busy in these hot days when it's too hot to sit in the workshop. I've been grabbing a book and having a read, sitting in the garden in the sun, burning, and having a read. Always worth having a good stock of books. I prefer books to looking things up online, particularly, generally speaking. But yeah. Anyway, that's what I've been reading. I've got the General Assembly together, with the tail on. I haven't fixed the tail at the moment, but we've got all the paint and the decals on, and yeah, looking quite cool. I'm quite pleased with it, actually. Markings on the front there, and there's markings on the tailgate. The colour I use for the green is this Vallejo US Olive drab, 71.043. It's, I think that's probably the best sort of colour. The other thing that I've got to do now is I want to put loads of sort of washes and stuff on now that I've got the decals on. Decals went on really easily, really nice decals. To go over the whole thing now with a matte coat, and then to seal the decals in, and then we'll look at doing all the weathering. I decided the seats on the side here, or the steps on the side, you can have them either down or up. I've got them in this position, mainly because that's what I wanted. Excuse me. And also you'll notice that I haven't actually flooded the colour. I've left some of the black undercoat coming through, almost like a pre-shading. So I'm quite pleased with the finish on that. And then we'll get on and do some weathering. So I'll get on and do that, and I'll come back to you in a bit. Well, that's a Buffalo, a little bit work in progress. As you can see, got a bit of a diorama base going on there. Very early stages. A bit of a mishap. Unfortunately, these plastic, I don't know whether what they're supposed to be, but instead of using the rope or the cord that was provided in the kit, I decided to use these, and of course they promptly broke, which is a bit of a shame, but it can all be replaced and sorted out. So at the moment, just doing the basis of the diorama ground, and this is going to be sort of muddy tracks and whatnot. Right, so we've got the Buffalo is now on its diorama base, and got a bit of a sort of grassy effect going on there. Used static grass for this. So now we've got the sort of run up to the Buffalo with the machine guns. As you can see from this, I didn't actually use the machine gun guards. I didn't bother in the end. I'd seen loads of photographs of them without them, so just decided to do that, really. Excuse me. So that's all that done there, and now all I've got to do is add the figures to complete the diorama, which is going to be the next stage, really. Right, so the figures are from the British, the Tamiya British Patrol, I think it's called. Um, so I think that's those two. And then these two figures here are from the Gecko. That's Normandy 1944, I think. It's the one with the bagpipe player. So I'm using those four to represent the patrol. I've got this guy, which is a resin figure carrying a jerry can. So I'm going to use that. The other thing, this buffalo has turned into a bit of a big diorama. So the next thing I'm looking at is an officer figure, and I've got a number of officer figures that are sort of being built, painted, and I'm not entirely sure which one I'll use. So it'll possibly be one of these three. I quite like this chap here, so he may well be the officer figure that I choose to use with this group. I'm also wanting to put a couple of other bits and pieces onto the buffalo. So yeah, it's turning into a long project. So anyway, that's where we are. I'd just like to say thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.